Hi guys, so here we are studying. So today we had our first a dissection lab. So we did the dissection of the donor. Everybody was excited. Some people a bit nervous. I was very excited as well. As you probably can tell, I'm very sick. I'm taking medications to get better, but still very, very sick. So it was very, it was a great experience, of course. So what we did was to start the dissection process. So we are doing block B, which is we are doing a respiratory system. So we kind of made a cut there, and we started to expose the chest wall. We also cut the ribs, and we were about to remove the lungs as well before the lab ended. So we're going to do that tomorrow, and so that's what we're going to do. So this week we are exposing all the chest area. We were identifying different structures, different muscles, different even nerves in the chest wall, and tomorrow we will remove the lungs and do a bit of work around that area. So what I can tell you that it was everybody was just so thankful to the donors. It's a great sacrifice that they did, so we are all very thankful. And also it's a great learning experience. Nothing beats working with your hands on a real person. So it's we really appreciate it, as I said before. And so that's it. So this whole block, which is going to end kind of soon. So our next exam is our block exam is on 26th of October. So it's a relatively short block because we have 2 long weekends. So a lot of information is coming. This is the first week of this block, and it's a short week because of the long weekend. And we already have so much to study that is just a lot. So that's what I'm doing. I'm very sick, but I can't let the studying pass. So that's it. So back to studying, and I'll keep you posted on the anatomy labs, because personally I'm very interested in these labs. Yeah, ciao.
We are back. Well, good to see you guys again. So today is Friday, so the week just finished. Today was the 6th week at McGill Medical School, and it was a very unique week, as I'm going to explain. In that we finished our block A, which was global health and some basic pathology, histology, epidemiology and whatnot last week, and we did our exam on Friday last week. So this whole week was a new block. So we moved on to block B, which is the respiratory system. Very interesting. So it's mostly medicinal content now. So we've done a lot of public health in block A. So that's for the most part over. That's a longitudinal thing, so we're going to still do some public health from time to time, but the main focus is not on that anymore. So we did, again, we started with with the respiratory system. The thing though is this week was a bit short. It was just because of the long weekend last week, and we have another long weekend this weekend, so next few days, thank God. Let me just tell you what we started with, and so far I'm loving this block, of course. So is everyone else. So we started with doing some anatomy. So we had essentially 3 lectures on the first day of this week on anatomy, and we also had 1 class on embryology. And then on which was on the Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we had 2 lectures on histology of everything, obviously, about the respiratory system as a whole, mainly the thoracic wall, but also, you know, the trachea and whatnot. So we had 2 hours of lecture on Wednesday on histology, another hour of lecture on embryology, and then we had a 2 hour and a half, about 2 hours and a half, lab of histology. Okay, then the next thing on Thursday, very interesting. So things got a bit more intense. It was already intense, but so we had 2 hours of lecture of long statics, essentially. So that was is considered physiology. So a lot of concepts of pressure and volume and whatnot of the lungs, which I actually found really fascinating on that. Then we had 2 hours of history taking and physical examination of you know, the respiratory system, which was also very interesting. Then the big event happened that everybody was excited for. I was more than excited for, which was our very first anatomy lab with real you know, donation body donors. So we had two anatomy labs this week. The first one was on Thursday. The next one was today on Friday. So essentially, in both of these, what we did, we opened the chest wall and we essentially dissected the lungs out. We took the lungs out and we, you know, looked at all the different structures. So I don't want to go into too much detail, you know, because this is for general audience as well. But we had to open all around the chest wall. Let's keep the details for when you get to do yours, so to keep it exciting. That was very interesting, and myself and all of my colleagues that I talked to, we are more than thankful to the donors and, you know, to the patients, because, you know, they are more than patients, they are our teachers actually. So there is nothing more beautiful than that, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity, and I'm very thankful to them, to their families, and you know, our education wouldn't be the same without them. So I'm very, very thankful. So today, so that was yesterday, and today we had the anatomy lab. In addition, we had 2 more hours of physiology on lung dynamics this time. So it was much more about you know, the flow inside the lung and the laminar and turbulent flow and whatnot. So a lot of physics there as well. Also very, very interesting. Then we had an hour of circulation. So we had circulation, you know, the connection of the, obviously, the circulatory system, the heart essentially, and the pulmonary circuit. A lot of details on that as well. Then we had an hour of the continuation of the wellness and career in kind of respirology and whatnot. So that was an hour of mindfulness and respirology. That was a very nice touch. We then the anatomy lab, and then 2 hours, and then we had a chance to go and examine our exam, to view our exam essentially, to see how it went. And oh, by the way, we got the results, so I'm happy to say all good. So that wraps up this week. Though it was a short week, we have so much to revise and to study. It's unbelievable. So so far I'm loving this block. It's a great block. It's a great subject. The thing though that makes me wonder is, so far we've learned so much on the respiratory system in just 4 days. I wonder what else there is, because we have almost 3 more weeks on this block. So let's see what's coming. Oh, by the way, so we finished our exam of block A last Friday, and we have our next exam of block B on 26th of October. So it's a very short, was about 4 weeks, though given the 2 long weekends is a bit shorter. So yeah, the exams are back to back almost, so it's very very interesting. So a couple of more things that I did as well. I wanna say is I went to a last weekend. I went to a family physician symposium of that people came from Toronto and around Quebec to Montreal. So McGill was hosting it. It was very interesting. So they talk and workshops, talks and workshops the whole day, essentially from 8 till 5, around family physician life, which was very good. So in the workshops, what we did, I went to the pelvic exam and inserting IUD workshop. So we worked with residents and whatnot. So we inserted IUDs and all that, which was very interesting. Then also a head and neck and kind of examination as well. So the reason I chose these were because they were very unique, and I'm not sure when I would see them again in my rotations or specialty whatnot. So I wanted to do them in case I don't see them in the future. Who knows? So that was also very good. Oh, the other thing that I did this week, which was really, really exciting. So there was a workshop of ophthalmology that I signed up for. So we worked with residents and Med 4s, Med 3s as well. Yes. On mostly Med 4s and residents. Anyway, so on examining the eye with the slit lamp machine and with all different equipments, the muscle, whatnot. So it was really, 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 really good. I really enjoyed it. Very hands-on, very, very interesting. I highly recommend it if you happen to be in a situation to go and do that. Because it's really, really cool. So that's it. Let me see what else we did this week. Oh yes, I went to help out yesterday as well with so there was an event for people interested in medicine to about the Casper test, whatnot, to go and talk about it and give tips and mingle with people interested in it. So that was last night as well, which is good. By the way, I may sound a bit different, and that's because, as you can probably tell, I'm quite clogged up here. I've been extremely sick since last weekend, essentially for the whole week. Yeah, very bad. So I'm getting better, but even my voice sounds so weird to me because I'm super clogged all over. Anyway, so that wraps up this week. Thankfully, I have a long weekend to catch up on a lot of studies. There is a lot to catch up on, to be honest, and that is it. So, ciao.